Hello everyone, Railgan here with yet another banger as we're looking at a ZvT that I played against Mr. Barcode Terran over here. 5.4k MMR, so that puts him at around top 80 in Europe. And I asked myself, well, I am playing the Queen Walk against Protoss, but what would happen if I played against Terran? Can it actually work? Now, I played it like 3 times and I think I won all 3 games. But, like, what is the thing behind it, right? So against Protoss, I play queens plus speedlings, but against Terran, I thought a little bit and I said, well, I open pool first, right? Every CVT I open pool first. I go pool. That means I get 3 queens out kinda quickly. If I go for 3 quick queens and I build a Roach farm like I do with my 3 Roach opener, usually I just leave the queens at home. But what if I go for the 3 Roach opener, but I send the queens across the map? Now if my opponent goes for Marines, it might be a little bit tough. But what if my opponent goes for Hellions? I mean, Hellions can kill neither Roaches nor Queens. Usually the Roaches have to go home because like, either Cyclone or Banshee pops, but if it goes Hellions, a Banshee can't really pop. If it goes Hellions, no Cyclone can be built, because you need a tech lab. So it's probably gonna be a Banshee that will send the Roaches home. But if I have Queens and a Spore here, I can just contain him. So that's what we're doing. 3 queens have been built, some roaches have been built, and we go across the map. So this is just it's the normal 3 roach opener, but I just sent the queens across the map. So the Hellions are here. I don't think he actually sees the queens, but he sees the roaches and he responds with Marauders. It makes sense, right? You go Hellions. Then you have a tech lab barracks as well, and you just decide to build Marauders because you need something to kill the roaches, and Hellions are not really going to do it. But yeah, we have the queens are slowly walking up the ramp. I don't want to lose all the roaches, and I mean I can heal them with transfusion here. He has one Marauder out now, and let's see what happens. So hatchery goes down, tumor gets placed, another tumor gets placed, and I'm turning the roach into a ravager because that could be quite useful. I'm gonna build a spore crawler. I think, yeah, there's the spore crawler, and I now have him on 1 base, and I just have to, well, stay alive here basically. So we're spreading creep. I mean, this is a good position, right? So I have 2 bases saturated on the minerals. I'm taking the gases. After the queens are done, I'm gonna start the lair. The main disadvantage that I have is because I sent the queens across the map, I'm lacking some injects and I don't have creep spread. But I have creep spread over here, which is also nice. So now we send our queens back home. They go on a very long journey all the way back home to our Zerg base. The roaches over here, actually the Ravager managed to land a pile on those Banshees. Quite beautiful. And the Terran eventually takes this for base. I sadly cannot deny that because my creep spread is not far enough. But yeah, he now has to build Ravens to clean up the creep spread. On my side of the map, absolute chaos ensues as the roaches are over here and 6 Hellions just drive past me. Dude, the amount of workers that are dying here, 9 workers dead, 11, 12, 13, can I get 14? 13 workers just died. That's way too much. So I had like, this guy is ready for quite some revenge there. He came back with a vengeance, and now he's on 3 bases. So now after all is said and done, I think he actually feels kind of fine about the game. I mean, he invested a lot into these Ravens. He has Banshees that he doesn't quite... I mean, can use them defensively, right? So, at this point you have to ask yourself, well, what is the next step? So, I'm getting the 1-1 upgrades. He is getting the +1 attack only now. So, upgrade-wise, I'm going to be in a very good position. And this is a very, very scary push here. I'm completely unprepared. No Ravagers, right? No Ravagers, nothing here. What is happening? The Banshees die against the Queens. The Ravens are still flying around, but they're not doing much. They're just, well, floating devices. The Queens are tanking damage. One more Banshee alive over there. I managed to get 2 Ravagers out to actually stay alive. The Queens from my main are being pulled into the fight. The last tank that is siege dies. There's still Bio over here fighting. My Roach, I have to pull the drones to actually help clean up. He's down to 2 Marauders, 3 Marines, a Widowmine, a tank and a Banshee, and I have now 7 Roaches in the battle. Cleaning him up slowly. The Marauders are dying, the units were shooting at the hatchery. He no longer has enough damage and I actually survive. And that was an all-in, right? There's like no muling going on at home. This guy's 5.4 KMR, but I can relate, right? StarCraft is very stressful. You throw your all into that fight and you better deliver. And sometimes, well, it ends up going not your way. That was a miraculous hold that I managed to pull off there. I had so many queens that helped me defend that I was not ready for the attack at all. But now, I mean, I have the +1/+1 upgrade in the fight definitely helped me as well to keep my units alive. So now I feel quite fine, right? I'm trying to keep him contained on 2 bases. I know he eventually retakes that base. Should have maybe left a Roach there, I don't know. But if I leave 1 Roach there, it just cleans it up. But yeah, I see the worker rally and he doesn't really have a strong army. He has 1 tank to... let's go back and have another look at those piles. Because they were something. Those piles were quite something. A lot of damage. Lots of damage being done. Now I'm up in supply. My 2/2 is almost on the way. He only has +1 attack. And I just want to keep up the pressure, right? That Banshee is a little bit annoying, but 1 Banshee, if I'm like maxed out, 1 Banshee is not gonna do a terrible amount of damage to me either. I sent 1 Roach in first, so he tanks the brunt of the force, and I go in and try to do as much damage here as I can. But you can kind of tell, right? He's struggling to stay alive, but my army supply is bigger. Ravagers are quite nice, and he really struggles to keep his 3rd base here up and running. It's very important for me to shut it down. The 1 tank is not in range. The orbital command gets lifted, flies into the main base. I'm getting tunneling claws right now because why not, right? Tunneling claws, I make so many roaches. I know he has ravens, but I thought, well, I mean, he does have ravens, he has turrets, but maybe I can make some fun plays with the tunneling claws anyways. I keep on pressuring him, going all the way into the natural here and making him live there as well. This 1 tank, it's kind of funny, like he has a tank sieged up over here, but it neither protects the 3rd base nor the natural. So it's just kind of lonesome over there. And what I think is really winning me this game right now is my upgrade advantage, and well, that I was able to get into strong positions. 1 more scan. He had to retreat with his drop. He was trying. They thought there was also some dropping action on my side of the map while this was all going on. I have a Hydralisk transition ready on my side as well. Gonna speed things up a little bit as I try to keep him on 2 bases here. A lot of roaches that are... oh, it's in a couple of roaches. I know I cleaned the turrets before when I attacked with the Ravagers, so he has no detection. Roaches go into the main, go into the natural, attack from the front with Roach Hydra that he has to focus on. He's being attacked in every base at the same time. Those burrow roaches actually coming in clutch with the tunneling claws. Hydra's getting burrowed, so he has to scan. I'm just wasting his scan energy here. Just trying to get everything and anything done. I know I see the energy on the orbitals. I know he doesn't have a lot. Then we switch it up, and I see that he has a lot of marauders, a lot of tanks. So I start adding links to really hammer it home. And my opponent is still holding on. Like, this guy did not want to die, but eventually I got him out anyways. So what started with a cutie little queen walk ended with some Roach, Burrow RS, and we actually got a win. Thought it was a fun game. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.